Hello and welcome. Thank you for coming in here and joining me for this interview. I'd like to introduce you to everybody. This is Laura D'Antoni. She is not only a film editor, a writer, she's also a producer, and she founded her own company called Leprica Productions. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to do this.
All right. So for starters, I'd like to start off on how you got started. How did everything begin as far as you wanting to get into the entertainment industry?
Well, actually, it started when I was about 9 or 10. I had my father's old like Hi8 camera, and I would make silly movies in the backyard with my friends. And once I finished community college, I applied to all kinds of film programs. And actually, before that, ended up going to doing the New York Film Academy course uh, in Florence, in Italy, in Florence. And so that kind of made me realize, like, wow, this is so interesting, because we were shooting short films on 16 millimeter. And I thought, I'd say I was pretty good at it. My short films turned out, and the people liked them and told me that I had talent. And I'm 18 years old going, I think I can do this. So then I applied to all kinds of film programs, got into NYU, and I thought, well, I mean, this is one of the best film programs on the East Coast. I got to do it. So whatever, took out the loan and and got my film degree at NYU, and yeah, that was that.
And when you first actually started this whole, career path, what were your first steps? Like, did you start off right away wanting to, start production and making films, or did you start off thinking more, oh, I remember you said you wanted to be an actress in the beginning, but did you actually pursue that?
Oh, I scrapped trying to be an actress pretty much immediately. I was just like, I don't like being in front of the camera. I like being behind the camera. Once the camera's on me, then I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. I took some acting classes. You should take acting classes anyway if you want to be a director, because you need to know how to communicate with an actor. So I ended up taking some acting classes just to kind of learn the craft. But yeah, acting has never been what I wanted to do. It's always been directing and writing, directing, and everything that's involved with it. However, once I graduated from NYU, I ended up buying my own camera and then just kind of working as a videographer in the city. And then I got into documentaries, and I was an associate producer on a documentary for a while, until I moved back to Florida. And then that's another story.
About talking about producing your film Cycle.
Well, so the story is really about a little girl observing her mother going through domestic abuse. And the idea is that the mother is in a vicious cycle that she can't get out of. So it's like, she gets hurt by her husband, and then she forgives him, and then it happens again. And it's just like this cycle. And so I thought, well, a cycle is round, and no matter how you play it in reverse or forward, the same thing keeps happening. And so I decided, because it's a very simple story, it's not like there's this huge plot and all kinds of things. It's just a girl really observing her mother, and it's all about her point of view, and what does it make her feel? How does she feel when she sees her mother upset, and how does she feel when she sees her mother back with her father again after what she's just been through?
And then one of my final question at this point is, what advice do you have for aspiring filmmakers, aspiring, directors, or anyone, male, female, anyone who's trying to basically take the same career path that you're following?
So it's really tough. So I would say my advice is latch onto something big when you're young. Get into that big company, do the internship, and stick around, stick it out, do the dirty work, do the not the dirty work, do the shitty work of being being the intern, take the trash out, whatever it is, be the assistant to the assistant's assistant, whatever it is, and then eventually you'll get up there, because they'll see if you do a good job. Oh, okay, she's got potential, he's got potential. Give him this job, see how he does. I think that's really the way in.
Well, thank you so much for being here and letting me conduct this interview. You were amazing. It was a pleasure. And now that we're at the end of this, do you have anything you wish to say? Anything you want to let the people know you're working on? Just, whatever you want to pitch in.
Go watch my web series Deadish and tell me what you think. I'm trying to expand it, so if anybody has any comments or questions, I'm trying to make it a real show. And I'd like to just know if people would even want to see this as a real show, because this was super low budget, and we're trying to make this kind of a bigger thing. And yeah, if there's any big time producers watching, call me up. I've got a great idea. So yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much again, and stay safe, especially during these hard times. And look forward to speaking to you again soon.